Bad like the lunch packed up. Back up. Nigga, I'ma need like 10 feet or get stomped out.
Yeah, it's your boy Crypto Blood, and welcome to another episode of My Two Satoshis. It is November 4th, almost at 11th, 2019. Shout out to my man Gaston Cruz out there on YouTube for the song request today. Big Sean, Bounce Back, 313 Stand Up. What's good, people? Hope you guys are doing well today, and welcome to another episode. Today, we're going to be looking at a few articles, more than 3 today, because I got a special article, and I'll tell you guys about the whole situation with that. But one of the first articles we'll take a look at is that this DX.Exchange is actually halting their operations, and they're seeking buyers 10 months after launch. And this just goes to show you guys, this is what I'm talking about, people. I've been telling you guys, I've been very suspicious of the actual volume and demand for trading Bitcoin from the institutional side. It's not there, and it's easy for us in the, who are those in the crypto industry to really kind of get into that feedback loop. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're looking at the articles from Cointelegraph, CoinDesk, all these different crypto news outlets, and of course they're going to paint a picture a certain way, right? So you got to really pick through these types of various events that happen in the crypto industry and paint your own picture, connect your own dots. This is what I'm seeing as far as the demand for Bitcoin on an institutional level. It's just not there. It's still not there. And the first evidence of that was when the CBOE closed down their futures contracts for Bitcoin. When I saw that, I was pretty shocked, actually. I'm like, why would you be closing down? But evidently, and then they even said it, the demand wasn't there. Their clients weren't utilizing the platform, the product. Seeing that, back launched, yes, volume is much higher. I even went over an article that talked about futures volume is like half of the spot price of Bitcoin volume. But even now, thinking about that article, it was some spin in it, because it grouped up like BitMEX, Binance, all these other ones, and then they added in there backed and CME. So it's like they grouped everything together, but really, BitMEX is not really institutional, is it? Not really. It's a whole bunch of retail speculators with BitMEX, and they're the number one in volume. And so seeing this with DX.Exchange, which was owned by the parent company Nasdaq, I think they were only trading overseas though. They weren't here in the United States, but they had launched even before Backed and CME and all that. They were like way ahead of the game, right? They're closing down. They're shutting down operations, and they're seeking a buyer just after 10 months of being open. These are the telltale signs you should be looking at, people. And really, you have to think about, where's Ledger X? Where's Iris X? Where are the other two that were supposed to be launching here in the United States? That Ledger X was supposed to actually be backed to the punch, but there seems to be some stalling going on with the other two, so you have to pay attention to these types of things. I wanted to just talk about this really quickly. Another article is PBOC, digital currency research arm, signs deal with Huawei. This is big news, people. This is really big news. There's not much in this article, but let me tell you, this is they're doing something over there, China. In their digital currency, they're getting ready to announce something major. I think it's going to shock the world. And again, I don't know really what impact that's going to have on Bitcoin, other than speculative buying pressure, possibly, like we saw when President Xi made mention of blockchain and them taking an initiative to really push that whole thing forward in China. And we saw Bitcoin spike 3,500 points. That was just people getting kind of ahead of themselves, in my opinion, because that has no direct correlation to the success of Bitcoin. Maybe we'll see another move up off of whatever China ends up announcing. I'm hearing rumors that it will be announced before the end of this year. We'll have to see what happens, but this is big news here. Huawei is 5G leader here. They're doing a lot of things. And if I get a chance, we'll take a look at this one out of Bitcoinist regarding Ethereum and it becoming more centralized and dysfunctional over time, says this one analyst. And again, I've been saying this since a year and a half ago, about a year ago at this point, and I was looked at, ridiculed, criticized. You don't know what you're talking about, blah, 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 blah. Look at the price of Ethereum. Very immature. We have a very immature crowd in this crypto game, and I can't wait till it kind of changes. Hopefully, I think a lot of people came in 2017 that wouldn't have been here otherwise, except for the insane profits that they saw that people were making. You've got a very immature audience in crypto from an investment standpoint. A lot of them don't understand anything about investing. You get these types of people that only look at price as an indication for a success of a company without realizing that most of this stuff is purely speculative, and price is not and should not be the only barometer you use to figure out whether or not a project is successful or not, or will be in the future. I personally think that most of these prices are grossly misrepresented in this marketplace right now. You know what I'm saying? So we'll take a look at this if I get a chance. But what we are going to cover, and I'm going to bring up the tweet first from this guy Nico Williams. This is the CEO of Populous. Yesterday I'm on Twitter, man. I'm Twitter fingers. I'm going back and forth with various people. We're arguing about this whole fake Toshi number 2. I call him fake Tushi because he's number 2. This guy George, or whatever his name is, I can't believe that people are actually, or were really taking him seriously as the co-founder of Bitcoin. And he tried to spin it off as if everyone's a co-founder of Bitcoin. No, everyone is not a co-founder of Bitcoin. I'm sorry, bro. You're trying to defraud people. You're trying to defraud newbies. You're trying to finesse your way into this industry, saying he's got $1 billion or 200 something $million worth of Bitcoin. I don't know. Anyway, the guy's a fraud, and I'm on Twitter just going back and forth with people. I see my man Ken Bozak out there really taking a lot of heat for him standing up, and we talked via DM about it in depth yesterday. And I'm like, bro, I don't know what's going on in this industry. A lot of people are completely softballing it, pussyfooting it, whatever you want to call it. They're not standing up for what's right and what's not. I don't know. People are just scared to confront people or what. I don't know what the case is, people. But we're going to take a look at this tweet that I got out of nowhere. I'm at the cider mill, and I see this guy Stephen Nico Williams come at me saying, care to comment, right? And I didn't even see this. And then he says, then he follows up with, you always have something negative to say, but nothing when we make huge achievements. Wonder why. And then when I saw that, I said, dude, you just put this up 9 minutes ago. Calm down. LOL, congratulations. I didn't even look at the actual post until today. And he's calling this a huge achievement. Maybe for Populous, the company. But I've not changed. This article has not changed my opinion about Populous, the token, and the various tokens. They got like 900 tokens over there, creating new ones every week, it seems like. But for the main one I'm talking about, I don't know how this is going to add value to the PPT token in itself. So we're going to take a look at this article that he did at me on Twitter, and we'll go through the details of this. Essentially, they have acquired an equity stake in a crowdfunding platform. This crowdfunding platform is a FCA regulated crowdfunding platform. Okay, he's highlighting that. It's good that they're FCA regulated. That doesn't transfer over to PPT in any form or fashion. But we're going to take a look at the acquisition that Populous made of this crowdfunding platform, and I'll give you my 2 satoshis on it. But before we get started, I want you guys to definitely check out episode number 6. It was aired yesterday, Sunday, on YouTube on my channel. Check it out. Ask the Block. Great questions as always. And if you guys have any questions, please get them into me under any of my videos with the hashtag AskCB, and it will be added into the queue. Try to keep it blockchain crypto related for now, and then maybe we'll expand it out to other things. But I'm loving the questions. I'm loving, I'm having an awesome time doing these episodes. So Definitely every weekend you'll get a new episode. Episode number 7 will be this coming up weekend, but episode number 6 aired just yesterday, so check it out when you guys get a chance. And shout out to Moon Lambo. That's shopmoonlambo.com, #1 site for your crypto apparel. If you need to shop and get you some crypto, Bitcoin, Litecoin, whatever coin apparel, check them out. shopmoonlambo.com. You can save 10% if you use the word CryptoBlood10 at checkout. So let's go ahead and get right into it. The heat map for today: Bitcoin's dominance is currently at 67.16%. It's up 3.5% today to $9,466. Ethereum is up 3.8% to 187.67. But the big gainers for today is both Litecoin and EOS. Litecoin is up 6.8% right now over the $60 handle to $61.94. And we've got EOS up almost 7%, just about the same as Litecoin, to $3.46. I'm gonna have to find an article. There's some issues with the Rex lending platform that's really clogging up EOS right now, and people are complaining about it. So I'll cover that later this week for sure. I just got to find an article on that. Bitcoin Cash up 1.3% right now to $283 or $88, I should say. But overall, green day, we're seeing some footing here at this moment. And as we speak, we're punching right through that red line. That's where we needed to see some action above. The D wave seems to be, it was a delay, but it looks like it's forming now. This stuff is never spot on. I'm just drawing and letting you see the pattern. D wave is forming, it looks like. And once we get above this 10,500, that initiates the next 1, 2, 3, 4, ... You get the point. Definitely looking bullish. So I just need to see maybe about 4 to 6 hours of candle closing above this line here. We can just safely say at this point a whole day. So by tomorrow, which is this line where my mouse is right now, that would be the next day. We can stay above this red line for a whole day. That'll be good news. That'll definitely be good news. So let's take a quick look at the first article out of CoinDesk. DX.Exchange halts operations, seeks buyer 10 months after launching. That's a horrible situation. It says that DX.Exchange is hitting pause as it seeks a new owner. The firm, which offered tokenized shares in companies listed on the Nasdaq stock exchange, announced the move following a vote by its board on Monday to discontinue operations as it pursues a merger or outright sale of the company. Should a buyer not be found, the exchange may not resume operation, the company wrote. Deposits have been suspended and customers have until November 15th to withdraw funds. The costs of providing the required level of security support and technology is not economically feasible on our own, the firm said in the announcement. And so it says during its January 2019 launch, customers could buy tokenized shares in Google parent company Alphabet, Apple, Amazon, Facebook, Microsoft, etc., etc. The DX.Exchange temporary closure comes on the heels of Circle's spinoff of Poloniex 2 years after the fintech firm purchased the exchange for $400 million. This is what I'm saying when it comes to a few things in this industry at this point. We have to be realistic. And a guy commented on my video from yesterday saying that, thank you for being level-headed. Thank you for being honest with us. Honesty is the best policy, and not trying to capitalize off people's emotions, hopes, and dreams for things. That's not how I'm gonna run my channel. I've always kept it level-headed and kept our expectations realistic. Realistic doesn't mean pessimistic. It doesn't mean optimistic. It just means taking an honest assessment of things and taking action from there. It's going to save you money. It's going to save you heartache and emotional damage if you try to stay realistic with things. And that goes for not just investing, that goes in life, period. If you're overly optimistic, it's going to tax you emotionally if things don't go your way. If you're overly pessimistic, you're going to miss opportunities. So the best thing to be is right in the middle. And so as it relates to this whole Nasdaq shutting down DX.Exchange, it just shows that tokenized, the whole idea of tokenization, and even like just end users using various tokens, we're not there yet. And it's self-evident. If we were there and people really were ready to adopt the whole tokenized model and using tokens for various things and so on and so forth, if we were there, we would not have a $300 billion market cap. We would be over $1 trillion. You know what I'm saying? So let's state the facts as they are. You know, we're not there yet. We will get there, I think. But I think we're a few years out from something like that happening. And the reason is because the masses are not caring about Bitcoin and cryptos and blockchains and stuff. They don't even know. A lot of them don't even know about it still. Yes, a lot of people still do not know anything about cryptocurrencies. So the way, unfortunately, I think that we're going to see the masses get comfortable with tokens, crypto, blockchain, so on and so forth, is unfortunately going to be the issuance of fiat cryptocurrencies issued by sovereign countries. That's what's going to probably be the catalyst for people to get used to using. My auntie has never used a cryptocurrency in her life. None of my aunties. My uncles, never. Most of my friends, they've heard of Bitcoin. Some of them may have some, but they're not using it. Like, no one's using any of these tokens for anything. So, and this kind of goes to the point that I'm going to touch on when it comes to this Populous and their token and whatnot, and why I still have my same opinion about not only Populous, but most of these projects. Like, we're just not there yet. And so if you're going to bet on blockchain, you better be betting on blockchain platforms, the rails, the hedger hash grabs, the Ethereums if they ever get their act together, the EOS. Like, those are railroad infrastructural type of tokens that if you invest in that's like investing in the future of that ecosystem. And so you don't have to worry about any tokens that run on that blockchain. That's even more speculative. It just shows the signs of the times when it comes to the appetite for tokenization for Wall Street. And we're a little premature here. Not saying it won't happen. It will. It definitely will. But we're just a little early in the game. So this is when you're able to make the most money if you can accumulate the right tokens and cryptocurrencies and wait for the masses to catch up to it. Second article is a huge one. AMB Crypto, PBOC's digital currency research arm signs deal with Huawei. This is huge, man. China's aggressive move into crypto adoption has alarmed global financial leaders into accepting their own versions of cryptocurrencies, if not Bitcoin. Catalyzing this effort, the Digital Currency Research Institute of the People's Bank of China recently signed an agreement with telecommunications giant Huawei for the purpose of fintech research. Man, the news was made official via Huawei's official WeChat account that spoke about the strategic cooperation agreement with China's central bank's research department for financial institution technology. Previously, Huawei's CEO had openly supported China's move into developing its in-house cryptocurrency by saying, even China is able to issue such currencies. Why wait for Libra? The strength of the state is greater than that of the internet company. Wow, that's very true. In addition, Huawei has also been actively developing blockchain solutions that aim to help businesses deploy blockchain applications at scale and at lower cost than the traditional markets. Moreover, the head of China's Digital Currency Research Institute had also opined that the design of China's digital currency would be similar to Libra. It's over. This is going to take it to another level. You know, China, they're always doing it bigger and doing it more extreme than any other countries. I'm just interested to see if it's even pegged to anything other than the yuan, the renminbi. If they're going to peg it to only the renminbi, then it's just a Chinese stable coin. If they add other coins into the mix, which I don't see them doing, but if they add, Bitcoin in there, or even if they add gold in there or silver, a mixture of precious metals, man, that's going to change the game. But I don't think they're going to do that. I really don't, because these central banks, man, they want total control over everything. So if this pegged to the renminbi, they print that like it's not like it's going out of style. So that's not going to restrict them when it comes to this digital asset that they're creating. So it's still big news, though. Definitely big news. And we'll have to see how the Western countries react to this. I want to know, what is the U.S. having planned? They got to have something. They better have something. That's for sure. So again, last article, back to the tweet that Stephen Nico Williams put out, CEO of Populous, saying that asking me, did I care to comment? Hey, this is to Steve Nico directly. Listen, I don't have a problem commenting on anything positive or negative with your company. I only report on what is going on in the rooms. People are talking about it, and then I see stuff online. That's when I report on it. I'm not sitting there waiting to report on Populous or any other company, right? So in my feed of aggregated news articles, Populous never comes up. So again, anytime I report on Populous, it's because I'm hearing people talking about it in chat rooms that I'm a part of, or people reach out to me. So, don't come at me acting like I only report bad news. I just report news. That's first. Secondly, we're going to take a look at this article that he posted on Twitter, and it's about, and I'm just going to pull it up now. It's written by Populous World on their Medium blog. Populous World acquires equity stake in crowdfunding platform. This was released Thursday, the 10th of October. So this is a while back. So it says here, Populous World announced today that they have acquired an equity stake in crowdfunding platform Crowd for Angels. It says here that Crowd for Angels, or CFA, is an FCA authorized innovative crowdfunding platform for both debt and equity funding. CFA allows for funds to be raised via crowdfunding, providing more balanced playing field for investors. With CFA, companies can raise finance through the issue of shares, or i.e. equity, and crowd bonds, or debt, or convertible loans via digitalized securities or cryptocurrencies on their crowdfunding platform. And so it goes on to talk about how this acquisition benefits Populous World's ecosystem. So they have a couple bullets here. The first one is that Populous can issue bonds that are digitalized, allowing for more independence, lower costs, and larger audience outreach. Populous World will use medium-term crowd bond funding to increase the liquidity pool to fund invoices where bonds will be issued based on invoice sellers. As the LP increases, PPT, Populous World's utility token, will see greater usage. CFA's platform provides a collaborative environment for Populous World, allowing for potential cross-selling of services between the two platforms, and can further increase the user base of both platforms. Business synergy and multi-channel marketing. Users of CFA can perform further research on companies issuing the equity/debt on top of the due diligence carried out by CFA via Populous World's business intelligence platform at bi.populous.world. And I guess this is bi.populous.world's landing page here. This acquisition brings together complementary operations for both Crowd for Angels and Populous, creating synergies between the platforms and driving Populous World's scalability and growth plans. There you have it. So this is the article that Mr. Stephen Nico Williams wanted me to take a look at, and I don't have a problem taking a look at it at all. What am I supposed to take from this article? I really don't know. It's vague. It's not really telling us too much information other than they acquired an equity stake, and it's not saying how much equity, which normally isn't necessarily mentioned in an article like this. But at the end of the day, these are all, this bullet here is hypothetical. The PPT Populous World utility token will see greater usage. That's an assumption. And here's Crowd for Angels website, their actual site. And like I said, it's a great idea, but how does this directly help Populous in this article, I don't see how. I don't see how. There's again very vague mentions of how this is going to help synergize the relationship and help with PPT's token, but it's been almost 3 years now, and I haven't seen any value being created, and maybe this is one step toward that, but until then, I don't see it. I don't see it, and hopefully they make use of this acquisition in the right way. But this seems like a total pivot from PPT's initial target audience of funding invoices. This is a crowdfunding platform. Two different business models here, and maybe they have something in the works, and in how they're going to synergize and make it beneficial for Populous World. But this in my opinion is not helping the PPT token at the moment. It's just not, man. So I know all you PPT fanboys are going to be in my comments below. I welcome them for sure, but it's been now 3 years, and the actual platform that you intended to build for invoice financing, I know you got to get the liquidity pool up or whatever, but at this point, man, we're going into 2020, man. Like, I can't, and anybody that wants to argue against that, I got more track record on my side than you do with your argument. So it's like, at this point, the onus is on the company to show improve, and as of yet, it hasn't happened. Not saying it won't in the future, and not saying that Populous World, the company, I have to stress this, and I've said this before, Populous World, the company, could possibly become a successful company. But again, being a successful company and deriving value out of your token, very few companies and projects in the blockchain community have been able to do that. Very few. And I know, and again, I said this at the beginning, people, they really hate to hear the real. This is the issue. A lot of the Populous token holders are thinking that the Populous token is going to get back to $30, $40, $50 or whatever. And it's most likely not going to happen. It's most likely not going to happen. So again, those people are hoping on those prices again and holding on to that, and it's not going to happen. And they get mad at me. They get mad at me, people. But yeah, they made an acquisition. Kudos to them. Let's see if they can make something happen with that. But I've been going pretty long. I'll hold that other article about Ethereum until tomorrow. Shout out to my man Gaston Cruz again out there on YouTube for that song request. Big Sean, bounce back. But make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe, and click that bell to be notified about unbiased crypto news reported by yours truly, Crypto Blood. I'm out of here, people. Holla! Yeah!
But I hear him every time, man.
Thank you, God. God bless you. Thank you so much.